Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I will be rereading Lick by Kylie Scott and watching the Passionflix adaptation. I mentioned in my channel updates and goals video that I really wanted to start catching up with Passionflix adaptations, and there were 3 that I really wanted to make videos on. Lick, which is this one, Torn, which is the sequel to Wicked, and Wallbanger. I was going to put a poll up on the community tab to see which one you wanted to see first, but I decided I was really in the mood to reread Lick and watch the movies. So I'm doing this one first, and then hopefully in February I will do either Torn or Wallbanger, and then March I'm hoping to do the other one. And then at some point I'm hoping to watch all of the other ones in my own time and then make a whole review video for the ones that I don't plan on reading or rereading the book and making a whole video on it, because there are some Passionflix adaptations that I'm just not interested in making a full video about. So I'm going to just watch some other ones in my own time, and then I'm going to make like a sit down review video for them, because I still want to talk about them. I just don't want to necessarily make a whole video dedicated to them or read the book. I would sometimes just rather watch the movie. So yeah, the other ones that I haven't done a video on, those I will just watch and make a review video for. But today I'm going to reread Lick. This is the bind up. So this one has Lick and Play, which are the first 2 books in the Stage Dive series. I bought this bind up a couple years ago. I don't know why I never bought the second bind up that has the other 2 books, but this is going to be a reread for me. I first read Lick back in March of 2014, so it has been 11 years since I have read this book and the series. I think I read the series back to back then, so it's been a very, very long time. I don't remember anything about these books. I did read the whole series back in the day, and I'm sure at some point if they make the rest of the movies, I will reread the rest of the series as well. I think for a majority of the series, I did give them 3 stars. I didn't hate this series. Obviously, I read the whole series, and I want to reread it. I didn't not enjoy it, but I also didn't love it. You know what I mean? So I'm very curious to see if my feelings have changed on this first book and what I think about it 11 years later. I haven't even seen the trailer for the movie yet, so I don't really know what to expect movie-wise. I think they made original music for the movie, which is really interesting. I have heard a couple of good things about the movie. A lot of people really enjoyed it, but I'm very curious to see how I'm going to feel about the movie. I will also link a playlist to all of my past Passionflix videos. If you don't know, I have done a bunch of Passionflix videos where I read or reread the book and then I watch the adaptation and I vlog and review the whole thing. Actually, I don't even know how many I've done already, but I've done a lot, and I do have a playlist that is linked down below. I guess that's kind of it for this intro, so I'm gonna go ahead and start my reread. I'm going to use my phone for audio just because it is better than my camera audio, but I am currently halfway through Lick by Kylie Scott. It doesn't look like I'm halfway through because this first half is obviously Lick and then the second half is Play, so I'm like halfway through Lick, and I'm just going to read the summary on the back for you guys because I feel like I'm not going to explain it very well and it's pretty short. Evelyn Thomas's plans for celebrating her 21st birthday in Las Vegas were big, but she sure never meant to wake up on a bathroom floor with a hangover to rival the Black Plague, a very attractive, half-naked man, and a diamond on her finger large enough to scare King Kong. One thing is certain, being married to one of the hottest rock stars on the planet is sure to be a wild ride. Like I said earlier, I don't really remember anything about this book other than the beginning of the book where it opens up with them getting married or like already married. Also, I do want to say I'm going to try to keep this vlog as spoiler free as possible, but I am obviously discussing the book and the movie. There's really not much to this book. It's honestly just about Evelyn and David falling in love and trying to make their marriage work. It's definitely like more romance heavy than plot heavy, if that makes sense. There's been pretty much 2 sex scenes in the first half of this book. As I was reading this, I noticed that David is supposed to have long hair, and I don't think he has long hair in the movie. I think they changed that, maybe because the actor didn't want to grow out his hair, or maybe they tried wigs and it didn't look good, who knows. But so far that is one physical trait that I notice that is different. Even though I haven't seen the trailer or anything, I can just like picture who the actors are, because like I remember when the actors were cast and stuff, and I have seen photos and the poster, but I don't know like what her best friend looks like. I think I know what Mal looks like because I've seen a clip, but I don't know what any of the other guys look like. So I'm excited to see all of them in the movie. It's pretty insta-lovey, and I feel like the romance is very quick to build, I guess. Like it's just going by really fast. I don't feel like it's a slow burn, angsty type of read. I feel like they are really falling in love, like trying to get to know each other and stuff, which I do like, but it is very fast-paced. Yeah, so far I don't really have much else to say, honestly. So I'm currently at chapter 13, and I think I'm probably going to finish this, and then we'll discuss my thoughts after I'm done. So I finished reading Lick, and back in 2014, I think I said I gave this 3 out of 5 stars, and I think the rating is going to change. I think I'm going to do like a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I didn't hate this book. I just found it incredibly boring and not much to it. It definitely feels like an early 2010 romance, and not in the way of like outdated like trends and life events and stuff. It just felt very much like a romance that was written back in like early 2010s. It was very insta-lovey, it was very predictable, and it was kind of lighthearted, but it did have like some serious moments. But I think overall it was still a fun rock star romance. It didn't really have a lot of rock star qualities, mainly because David and the band Stage Dive are not on tour. They're just like working on an album, so you don't really get to see them like fully in a rock star kind of lifestyle. I mean, a little bit in the beginning you do when they're in LA and Jimmy and the rest of the guys are kind of like partying and stuff. You do get a small glimpse of the rock star life then, but you don't really see David in a full like rock star atmosphere, I guess. And even though the romance was very basic, I still enjoyed it. Like it was still enjoyable to read. I just found it boring and nothing fully gripped me, if that makes sense. It didn't feel super unique or special. It just felt like a very typical rock star romance. I went through a huge rock star romance phase back in the day, probably around the time I read this for the first time. And I binged like so many indie self-published rock star romances back in the day, and a lot of them I loved. And I did read this entire series, but it definitely never stood out to me as like one of my favorites. And I had always planned on rereading this series, so I'm glad Passionflix did an adaptation on this because I got to reread it. But yeah, I'll probably just put it as 2 stars on Goodreads. It is more like a 2.5, almost a 3. I definitely didn't like it as much as I did back in the day. Obviously, I don't remember how I felt about it, but I mean, I gave it 3 stars, so I probably thought it was like decent. And it is decent. It's not a bad book. It's just my tastes have changed, and this is not the type of romance that I like reading anymore, where it's very insta-lovey and it's very, the romance is the main point, main focus, which is good because that is what a romance book should be. But I just felt like there was really nothing else going on. It was just about David and Evelyn getting to know each other. I will say, I did like how they communicated, even though there was kind of like the third part of the story, there was a little bit drama and stuff, but I do feel like David and Evelyn communicated really well and they really got to know each other. They were asking each other like random questions, and I felt like the build on their relationship was really good. I just think it happened a little too fast for my taste. For the mass market paperback, it was almost 300 pages, but I have a feeling it's probably somewhere in the like 200 page mark. So it's not a really long book to begin with, but I think I just wanted a little bit more like angst and maybe a little bit more drama. I feel like there wasn't really a lot of drama, and I just feel like romance is like this. I like the drama. I like dramatic things that happened, and there was just kind of one dramatic thing that happened, and then that was kind of like the end of the book. I will say I like how David groveled. He didn't do like a lot, but you could tell through his actions that he really did want to be with Evelyn, and he really did try to prove that to her, so I did like that. But yeah, there wasn't anything that I like hated about this book, so I don't have anything like super negative or like mean to say about it, because it was just like a very basic rock star romance. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and watch the movie. I kind of don't want to watch the trailer, so we're gonna skip that, but I'm on the Passionflix website right now. I do have to renew my subscription because I think I got a new credit card and then I just didn't bother signing back up for Passionflix because I hadn't watched their movies in a really long time, so I didn't bother with that, but now I need to sign back up. Lick is rated R. It has a not safe for work 5 heat emojis for their heat scale. The movie is an hour and 41 minutes and 31 seconds. It is described as a comedy, and Louise Alston is the director, which she directed The Will and Resisting Roots. It stars Brooke Lee, Travis Burns, Joseph McNabb, Eric Brody, and Zach Mines. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start this. I'll probably get to the halfway mark and then I will update you guys with my thoughts.
I'm pissed at her for the same reasons. It's complicated.
Hey, she's the one that wanted the fucking divorce, okay? Why aren't you giving her the third degree?
Because she's busy hiding around the corner. Listen.
Hi.
Evelyn.
So Evelyn, you're telling me that you asked the mighty David Ferris for a divorce?
She threw up on me when I told her we were married.
It was in a time.
Bad time.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love your wife, man. Seriously, she's awesome. Since you don't want to, can I have her?
I'm currently 55 minutes into the movie and I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more than the book, which is kind of shocking for me because I either love Passionflix projects equal to the books or I just prefer the books. But I'm liking this movie. I'm kind of like smiling and like giggling while I'm watching it. I think it's really interesting the way that they started the movie. They kind of started the movie with some flashes of the night in Vegas, and we kind of got like a quick idea of what happened in the night. It was kind of just like a montage of Vegas. Then we got the scene that starts off in the book. So I kind of liked that they did that instead of just straight up starting with the first page of the book. I'm assuming some of the music that is in some of these montages is the actual music that they made for the movie, which is supposed to be from the band. And so far it's fine. It's not sounding like the worst thing I've ever heard, but it's also, you know, not amazing, but I am liking it. It is enjoyable somewhat to listen to. As for the actors, I actually really like the actress who's playing Evelyn, Brooke. I think she is really holding this movie together in my opinion. I'm really liking her acting. She seems a little bit more natural with it. I do believe she's Australian and her accent, her American accent is pretty solid. There are like some moments where I can tell she has a little bit of an accent, but I think she's doing a really good job. And her acting seems pretty natural, which I'm enjoying. And I'm not super keen on the actor who's playing David. Like, I like him in some moments, and then some moments I feel like he is trying a little too hard to act. I also don't know if I truly believe their chemistry. Like, I don't know if they're selling me on their relationship. The actor who plays Mal, I'm really enjoying as well. I think he's bringing a lot of like natural acting, which I'm enjoying. And oh, Pam and Tyler, I am really liking them as well. I'm really liking Pam. She's giving off the natural acting as well. We got a small glimpse of Jimmy, and honestly not really a fan of the actor. I didn't like that scene where he was like kind of flirting with Evelyn. That scene kind of cringed me out, but I don't know. I'm enjoying this movie a lot more than I expected. So I'm going to keep watching and I will update you when I'm done.
How was your day? Apart from busy.
It's fine. A couple girls came in with some stuff for you to sign, and some guys wanted me to give you a demo of their garage reggae blues band.
Shit, is that happening often? Look, I'll get Sam up here to keep an eye on you. I don't want people bothering you.
I like Sam, I do, but normal people don't take bodyguards to work.
Hey, let's go through here.
Where are we going?
Just bear with me. I need to pick something up.
Okay, I just finished watching the movie and honestly, I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was really fun. It was entertaining. I enjoyed the acting. I even enjoyed like some of the music. I enjoyed like some of the band's music, but I also enjoyed the other music that they picked for scenes, like some of the party scenes or some of the montages. I even really enjoyed the music. I also really enjoyed the directing. I feel like Louise Altson, I feel like her directing gets better and better every movie, and I really enjoyed the shots that she picked for this movie, and just the cinematography, like directing, was really well done. One of my favorite scenes is when they are at the party and Evelyn and David are arguing and they're kind of in the dark, but this scene is kind of lit with like blue light in the background. I really loved how that was done, and I also really enjoyed the montage of David walking Evelyn home every night. I loved that. I just thought it kind of showed like how he was there for her. I really enjoyed Mal. I thought he was a fantastic actor, and I really hope that they do his movie next. I don't know if they're doing the entire series, but I do hope that they do the second book, which is Mal's book. I don't know, I just really liked him as an actor, and he kind of like lit up the scene when he was there, if that makes sense. Yeah, all of the sets, the costumes, like the outfits and everything, pretty good. I don't have any like complaints about that. I feel like the pacing made a lot more sense for the movie than the book. They were able to put everything from the book into the movie, and it was like a reasonable length of a movie, if that makes sense. But I just thought the pacing of the movie was really well done. Also, the dialogue was definitely similar to the book, but I don't feel like it was super copy and paste like I have with past Passionflix projects. They're very notorious for literally copying the exact dialogue from the book to the screen, and I personally have some issues with that normally, but this one I didn't feel like they really stuck to the dialogue. I feel like there was a little bit more fluidity with the dialogue, which I appreciate. An adaptation can still be faithful even if they don't use the exact dialogue, so I love how it just felt maybe a little bit more natural this time. Of course, there were some cringy moments, some kind of awkward acting, and, you know, the music from the band isn't like amazing. And I will say the one scene that they perform like on a stage before the like third act conflict was a little cringy. Like you could tell it was a very small like room. It wasn't like a huge crowd. So that was like a little odd, but obviously I understand from like a filming point of view, it would be hard to fill a huge room. So I understand that, but that was a little odd. And yeah, David didn't have long hair, but I kind of already expected that. His tattoos were fine. I didn't really have any issues with that. because I'm assuming all of them are fake. I don't think they're real. We met Ben, the other member of the band. He was fine. He had like a couple of lines. He wasn't really a big part of the book or the movie. And we got to see Nate, who is Evelyn's brother, and I liked his little small scenes. I will say I really liked the actress who played Lauren, who is Evelyn's best friend. I thought she was pretty great. And the actress who played Martha was not bad either. I will say also in the beginning, there's a lot of like social media flashes of like news articles and just videos and fan reactions and stuff like that. I actually really liked that. I think they did a great job with that, because sometimes it can come off like a little cheesy and weird, but I feel like it really fit like the beginning of the movie. I don't know, I feel like I'm thoroughly impressed with this movie, and I still stand by the fact that Passionflix does get better and better with their adaptations. Like, I feel like every project is a step up, and you know, I'm hoping at some point they do create like a movie or a TV show that I am obsessed with, even though I really love the whole Gabriel's Inferno trilogy, or like 9-part series. Even though I love those movies, they're not like my favorite movies ever, and like I wouldn't necessarily recommend the movies to people, but I am hoping that Passionflix does eventually create something that I do want to, you know, watch with my friends or rewatch over and over again. And this one, low-key, I could see myself rewatching if I was in the mood, or if they make a second one, if they do the movie about Mal, then I would definitely rewatch the first one before. If you are hesitant on whether you want to read the book or watch the movie, I, in this case, recommend the movie. Just go ahead and watch the movie. You're getting the same story, just a quicker version, and the acting was pretty good. It was decent. There were, I think, 4-ish sex scenes, and all of them were fine. Like, I kind of expected a little bit more, though, because they had like a 5-flame scale on their website. And so I did expect a little bit more nudity, I guess, but there was like a decent amount. It wasn't as intense as I thought it was going to be, but I think in general they did really good with all the sex scenes and stuff. I also really like the decision that they made for one of them. There's kind of like a sex scene in the shower, and I really enjoyed the way that they kind of muted things, and like, I don't know, it just really worked for that scene, and I liked that decision. Yeah, I feel like overall I really enjoyed the movie, and I'm surprised by that. And I am happy that I actually really enjoyed the movie, and that I honestly couldn't stop watching it. And yeah, there were definitely some moments where I felt very giddy and like, oh, this is cute, or like I was smiling. And yeah, I think the actors did a really good job, and I don't know, I liked it. I really did. Oh, we didn't see the scene of David and Evelyn going to her parents' house to eat with like the whole family. We didn't see that. But I don't feel like that was super necessary to see, but we kind of saw her parents and her brother and her best friend at the end, and they were all kind of like, you know, big happy family. So I feel like you kind of got the idea from that. Yeah, because there's a little bit of conflict with Evelyn deciding what she wants to do with her future, and her parents are involved in that conflict a little bit, but that's not at all in the movie. Like, there is really no conversation about like what she plans on doing in the future. That also was not in the movie. There was no conversation of like what Evelyn is gonna do. We're just kind of left, I guess, assuming that she will be a barista, or she's just gonna be married to a rock star. In the book, towards the end, essentially she takes on like another job. So yeah, I guess that wasn't in the movie, but I don't feel like that was important really for the plot. I guess it would have added a little bit more conflict and like things for Evelyn to work through, but I think there was enough conflict regarding the relationship that family stuff wasn't really necessary for the movie. I think also all of that like family drama would have added more time to the movie, and I feel like the pacing of it was already fine. So I'm kind of happy that they didn't include the family stuff. I think that's kind of it for this video. I don't really have much else to say I did have fun rereading the book, even though I'm giving it a lower rating this time around. It still was fun to reread it and to kind of go back to I guess I probably was around 18 when I first read this book. Yeah, March 2014, I was 18-ish. So it's very interesting to read something that I read literally 11 years ago. It's kind of crazy, but I did have fun rereading this book, and I had a blast watching the movie. I would recommend either one, but in this case, I think I do recommend the movie more. Let me know if you have read the book and what you think about it, and let me know if you've watched the movie and what your thoughts are on that as well, and which one you prefer. And let me know what your current favorite Passionflix project is. I think this is my current favorite one, Lick. And then it's probably any of the Gabriel's Inferno movies. I'm really excited about Passionflix's future projects. I obviously still have yet to watch Wallbanger and Torn, but I'm very, very excited about the Black Dagger Brotherhood TV show, so I will be doing a video on that whenever it comes out, probably towards the summer, I think they were aiming for. But yeah, let me know all of your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.